My name is Erin, and at 27 years old, I've been talking to Ronald, 29, for about 2 months. We met through a dating app. Our conversations were great. We shared interests like hiking and true crime podcasts. Finally, we scheduled our third in-person date last Friday at a nice steakhouse downtown. Everything started smoothly. He looked great, and our conversation flowed naturally. We ordered appetizers and were talking about his graphic design work. Then his phone buzzed. He glanced at it, smiled, and started typing. "Sorry, one sec," he said. "No problem, it's normal. Everyone gets messages," I replied. But then it kept happening. Buzz, smile, type. Buzz, smile, type. Our appetizers arrived. He was typing one-handed while eating calamari. I tried telling him about my weekend camping trip, and he responded with a huh and wow while staring at his screen. 20 minutes in, I'd had enough. "Hey, everything okay? Seems like someone really needs your attention," I said. He waved me off. "It's just Brenda, my ex. She's having a crisis about her mom's birthday gift. She's so hopeless without me. LOL. He said it like texting your ex throughout a date was totally normal. "Would you mind putting your phone down? I'd really like to enjoy dinner with you." He looked at me like I'd asked him to solve world hunger. "Seriously, I'm just helping her. Why are you being so needy?" Needy? For wanting his attention on a date we planned a week ago? "I'm not being needy. I'm asking for basic courtesy." He rolled his eyes, made a big show of putting his phone face down. "There, happy?" God. When the waiter came for our entree order, I asked for the check instead. "Wait, what?" Ronald snapped his head up. "Just the check, please," I told the waiter. "Are you seriously leaving because I answered a few texts?" I pulled out cash for the appetizers and my drink, left it on the table. "I'm leaving because you think I'm needy for wanting your attention on our date. Enjoy your evening." I stood up and walked out. Didn't look back. I could hear him calling after me, but I kept walking. In my car, I blocked his number, blocked him on Instagram, unmatched on the app. Clean sweep. If he wanted to text Brenda that badly, he could do it without me watching. I drove home thinking it was over, just another failed dating app story. Then my buddy Rico sent me a screenshot an hour later. Ronald had posted on his Instagram story. "Ugh, why are men so needy? Can't even help a friend without them throwing a tantrum." I laughed. Actually laughed. He spent our entire date texting his ex, and I'm the needy one. Comments were already pouring in from his friends. Toxic masculinity, insecure women, the usual, whatever. He was blocked. Not my problem anymore. Saturday morning, I woke up to 18 missed calls from unknown numbers. Update 1. The entitlement escalation had reached Olympic levels. After blocking Ronald everywhere Friday night, I figured that was it. A clean break. Move on. But apparently being blocked was a brand new experience for him. Saturday's unknown calls were all from him. He'd borrowed his roommate's phone, his brother's phone, even called from his work landline. He left voicemails ranging from, "Can we talk about this?" to, "You're being really immature," to, "I know you're seeing these." I didn't respond. Sunday, he tried email, found my LinkedIn, and messaged me there, the professional networking site for our dating drama. His message was wild. "Hi, Lisa. I noticed we got disconnected on other platforms. I think there was a misunderstanding about Friday night. I wasn't prioritizing my ex over you. I was just being a supportive friend. The fact that you can't understand that shows a lot of insecurity on your part. However, I'm willing to give you another chance if you apologize for overreacting and walking out on me. Let me know." Ronald was willing to give me another chance. After I walked out, the delusion was spectacular. Monday, things got weirder. I got a text from my coworker, Jamal. "Yo, why is some guy commenting on your brother's Facebook photos asking him to call him?" Checked with my brother. Sure enough, Ronald had somehow found his Facebook and was commenting on random photos. "Hey, can you have your brother check his messages? Thanks." On a photo of my brother's dog from 2019. My brother blocked him and commented back, "Maybe she blocked you for a reason, sweetie." Tuesday was when he pulled out what he thought were the big guns. His ex, Brenda. The one he had been texting during our date slid into my DMs. "Hey, Lisa, Ronald's really upset about what happened. She's a good person and deserves better than being ghosted. Maybe you should man up and at least give her closure." I actually responded to this one. "She got closure when I paid the check and left. She made her choice. It was you. Congratulations." He read it but didn't reply. Then it got really interesting. Wednesday, I'm at the gym and a guy approaches me. I've never seen him before. "Are you Lisa?" "Yeah. I'm Tara, Ronald's best friend. She's been really torn up about Friday. Can we talk? No, you don't even know what I was going to say. Don't need to. Ronald and I went on 3 dates. He spent the last one texting his ex. I left. That's the whole story. Tara wasn't giving up. He wasn't texting her like that. He needed help with something. Cool. Not my problem. Wow. You really are immature, she said. She posted about me, but I thought she was exaggerating. Tara pulled out her phone, showed me Ronald's Instagram. He had made 3 more posts about needy women and toxic dating culture, each more dramatic than the last. The latest included a selfie of him crying, with the caption, "When you realize she was intimidated by you having male friends, # note all women, but definitely this and E." I started laughing full on, gym floor laughing. Tara looked offended. This is serious. She really liked you. She liked me so much she spent our date helping her ex pick out a birthday gift for his mom? It wasn't like that. What was it like then? Tara stammered. He was anxious about seeing his mom and needed support on a Friday night during our date that he couldn't get from his actual friends or a therapist. She had nothing. Just stood there while I went back to my workout. She stomped off, probably to report back that I was indeed still immature. Thursday morning, yesterday, is when the real consequences started rolling in. Remember how Ronald found my brother on Facebook? My brother's petty. He did some digging and found Brenda's Instagram, her boyfriend's Instagram. Yeah, the ex having a crisis about her mom's birthday had a whole boyfriend named Steven. They'd been together 8 months, according to their posts. My brother screenshotted everything and sent it to me. Want me to send this to your stalker? Nah, let her figure it out herself. But the universe had other plans. Tara, Ronald's best friend, who ambushed me at the gym, was friends with one of Steven's coworkers on Instagram. After our gym encounter, Tara posted a story. Some men really can't handle a woman having male friends. Fragile masculinity at its finest. Steven's coworker saw it, got curious about the drama, scrolled through, and found all of Ronald's posts about needy men and helping Brenda. 2 + 2 equaled a whole lot of problems for Brenda. Steven confronted him. He tried to play it off as just an old friend needing advice, but Steven wasn't stupid. She went through his phone with his permission, trying to prove innocence, and found months of texts with Ronald. Not just about her mom's birthday, but late-night conversations, good morning texts, inside jokes, exchanged photos. Nothing explicitly sexual, but definitely not just friends. Here's the kicker. He'd been telling Ronald he was working on himself and not ready for a relationship while having a whole boyfriend, and Ronald bought it, waiting around as his emotional support blanket. Steven dumped him Thursday night and made a very public Facebook post about it. Single again. Turns out my boyfriend needed support from his ex at all hours. Ladies, if he's texting his ex more than you, he's not your man. He's hers. She can have him. Trash can. Tag both Brenda and Ronald. The fallout was immediate. All of Ronald's posts about needy men suddenly looked different when people realized he'd been the other woman emotionally, at least this whole time. Comments shifted from, "Yes, queen," to, "Wait, you're texting someone's boyfriend?" But Ronald doubled down, of course. New post. I had no idea Brenda had a boyfriend. He told me he was single. This is what happens when you try to be a supportive friend. Women blaming other women instead of holding men accountable. Steam coming out of my nose. Except remember those months of texts Steven found? Yeah, Ronald had definitely mentioned his boyfriend multiple times, told Brenda about their dates, trips, anniversary dinner. Ronald had responded with things like, "He doesn't deserve you, and you know I'm here when you're ready." Steven had receipts, posted them in the comments. The dragging was biblical. Ronald's own friends turned on him. Tara wrote a whole paragraph about feeling manipulated and lied to. Others called him out for playing victim when he was knowingly texting a taken man. Then my part in this came back up. Someone commented, "Wait, isn't this the girl who called a dude needy for not wanting her to text this guy during their date?" Suddenly, I went from villain to the person who dodged a massive bullet. My brother told me her Facebook messages were full of people saying I was smart to run. Someone even found my Instagram and demeaned me. Bro, you've got Matrix-level instincts for getting out of that situation. The best part, Monday of this week, I'm grabbing coffee before work. I walk in, and there's Ronald at a corner table with some poor guy, clearly on a date with him, and he's on his phone. The guy's talking. He's scrolling and typing. Same exact energy as our date. I grab my coffee, about to leave, when the guy says something that made me stop. "Hey, could you put the phone away? I'd really like to get to know you." I swear to God, Ronald said. Ugh, why are men so needy? I'm just checking my messages. The guy looked at him for a long moment. Then he said the most beautiful thing. You know what? Never mind. He stood up. Good luck with whatever's on that phone. I'm out. And he left. Just walked out. Left Ronald sitting there, mouth open. He saw me as the door closed behind the guy. We made eye contact for like 3 seconds. I raised my coffee cup in a little salute and walked out. Posted about it in a local dating Facebook group. No names, just the situation. Turns out 4 other guys had similar stories about dates with him, all within the last 2 weeks, all ending with him calling them needy or insecure when they asked for basic attention. Last I heard, he made his Instagram private and posted some quote about taking a break from dating to focus on himself. Brenda's still single, hitting up every woman in her contacts, claiming Steven misunderstood the situation. Steven's thriving, posting photos from a girls' trip with the caption, "No phones at dinner, just vibes." And me? I'm good. Been on 2 dates with this woman, Angela, from my rock climbing group. She keeps her phone in her purse the entire time. Wild concept, right? Looking back, walking out of that restaurant was the best $40 I ever spent. Saved myself from months of competing with Ronald's ex for his attention, being called needy for wanting basic respect, and probably eventually getting cheated on. She wanted to text Brenda so badly. Cool. She can text her all she wants now while they're both single and blocked by everyone who figured out their game. Sometimes the bullet dodges itself. You just have to be smart enough to stay out of its way. Oh, and that LinkedIn message asking me to apologize? Still sitting there unread. Some bridges deserve to stay burnt. Peace out. After that coffee shop encounter, I finally felt like the entire Ronald drama had reached its peak. But of course, the universe had one more twist left. On Tuesday evening, I got a text from Tara. Lisa, just so you know, Ronald posted again. He's calling all men needy and blaming everyone else for his dating problems. Brenda is posting receipts everywhere. It's escalating. I ignored it. Let them have their chaos. I'd learned my lesson. Some people will never take accountability. Wednesday, I ran into Ronald again. Not in a confrontational way, but just a casual encounter at a coffee shop near my office. He saw me, obviously noticed I wasn't ignoring him this time, and immediately pulled out his phone. Same energy. Texting Brenda, oblivious to anyone else in the world. I grabbed my drink and kept moving. He looked shocked, confused that I wasn't reacting. Thursday, I finally checked online, curious about how much of this mess was visible to the public. Brenda had gone full social media detective. She had found screenshots, posts, and shared them publicly. Steven was involved too, posting evidence that Ronald had lied about being single and emotionally unattached. The posts were brutal. Screenshots of Ronald messaging Brenda late at night, discussing private life details, talking about needing emotional support while claiming he was working on himself. It was a complete public takedown. People started commenting, he's emotionally cheating. Classic gaslighting. Why are people still defending him? The comments on Ronald's own posts turned against him fast. Tara's original story about men not being able to handle women having male friends went viral, ironically exposing Ronald's hypocritical behavior. I felt a weird mix of satisfaction and disbelief. The guy I had gone on 3 dates with, spent one whole date texting his ex, was now the laughingstock on social media, publicly called out by his ex, her boyfriend, and even his best friend. All I had done was walk away when it became clear he wasn't prioritizing me. That simple act of self-respect had saved me from months of emotional manipulation. Friday morning, I finally posted a small reflection in my private dating group online. No names, but sometimes walking away is the smartest choice you can make. Not all dating disasters are obvious until you take a step back. Protect your time, your energy, and your self-respect. Responses poured in. Other women shared similar stories about Ronald, his manipulative behavior, and how he had treated them poorly. I realized that by not engaging further, I had not only avoided unnecessary stress, but also unintentionally set an example for others navigating toxic dating patterns. By the weekend, the chaos on social media had mostly died down. Brenda and Steven had moved on, publicly cementing Ronald's role in the drama as the one at fault. Ronald had gone private, perhaps realizing too late that his behavior had long-term consequences. I felt free. No more texts, no more calls, no more Instagram stalking, no more trying to justify myself to someone unwilling to prioritize me. Walking out of that restaurant wasn't just about the $40 bill. It was about reclaiming control over my life. Sometimes the universe delivers justice without you even asking. You just have to recognize the moment to act and stick to it. Bridges don't always need to be crossed. Some are better left burnt. And that was the end of the Ronald saga, for now, at least. Peace out.